Good evening and welcome to another episode of the Sitdown Studio. I'm here with my boy Craig Kenyon. How you doing tonight, man?
Doing good, doing good. How you feeling, bruh?
Yeah, bro, like I'm all right. I feel like, every day that you wake up, it's a blessing. So,
Absolutely.
even when shit
Absolutely.
goes south, I'm just like, man, at least I'm alive, right?
Facts, bruh. Taking it day to day.
Yeah, that's pretty much the best way to do it. I mean, when you stress about things, some things are out of your control, some things are in your control. You just got to, work with what's in front of you essentially to, build up. You get my point. I'm out here
Nah,
trying to
facts.
jump
Nah, real
out.
talk. Cause once you get it here, you
Yeah.
start going downhill with it, bro. It'd be hard to get back out of there, bro. So I already learned that the hard way. So I'm
Yeah.
like, nope, every day. Even if yesterday was crazy, we bouncing back, bro. New
Exactly.
mindset, positivity, yeah,
No,
for
yeah.
sure.
I was trying to, sound like, all motivational and shit, but then I kept finishing my words. I was trying to, pick them big old words, to make me seem smart up here, bro. And that's why, I was like, you know what? If he gets what I'm trying to say, if the people get what I'm trying to say, they get it.
Nah, they gonna get it, bro. It's gonna
Yeah.
resonate for sure.
Hey, but shoot, dude, we gonna jump right into the enchilada. You feel me?
For
So
sure.
before we get into the modern stuff, who are you? And what got you into gaming and basketball, man? Like,
So
talk to me.
I'm just a humble guy. I'm in the gaming. I originally been gaming truly, bro, my whole entire life, man. I'm talking about Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, with a hand-me-down console for my cousin, playing on there. And then as far as like NBA and basketball, got a real passion for basketball. Played in high school, played Division 1 college. So yeah, and that's kind of where the two worlds just kind of merge. My first kind of dabble with content creation kind of started like the end of last year, where I kind of was just like, you know what? I spent a lot of time with this. I feel like I got some know-how. Let me kind of put myself out there. I feel like I've always been a good speaker, good empathizer, somebody that can connect with people. So I'm like, you know what? I see people get into the bag with the
Yeah.
content creation. I'm like, let me put my little hat in the ring. So that's kind of where that started. And then like I said, I love basketball, love video games. 2K is where that bridge kind of merges for real. So I've kind of been taking some leeway with that a little bit. But yeah, generally that's kind of where it started, and getting into PC. And that's like really opened the doors on like what I've seen be able to be done within the video game, and just giving me that creative control where I can kind of manipulate things to the way I see fit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I,
No.
I'm I'm loving it. So that's kind of where it all kind of started.
Yeah, I mean, like, shoot, dude, you see, you're talking about, you just throw your name into the hat essentially. Like, you never know unless you try, bro. Until you try, you never know what's possible. And I mean, shoot, dude, I mean, I discovered you on my For You page the other day, for example, and I feel like, you starting to get some, attention with it. People are starting to, notice you and everything. And because I mean, I saw you on my For You page. The video, it was a what, was it Ben McLemore? Who was it? I'm trying to think.
Yeah, yep, Ben McLemore, yep.
Yeah, it was Ben McLemore. And I was like, bro, this shit gonna go viral, bro. And like, look at it. Like, it ain't mega viral, but I mean, shoot, dude, that's viral. Once that, something gets 10K, 20K views, put 20K people in a room, bro. That's a lot of people.
Yeah, that's gonna look crazy. Facts for sure.
But no, like, for the people, shout out your page real quick. If anybody, is trying to look at the picture.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm on TikTok mainly. Page is Craig Kenyon. That's CraigKenyon underscore. Um, Post every day, different content. So mainly like 2K a little bit, but just how-to videos, different games I'm into. Even some anime takes every now and again. I kind of
Yeah.
try to talk about it all, but also can find me under the same name on IG, and then also on Craig Keon Gaming on YouTube as well. So I ain't gonna lie, I've been a little lackluster on the YouTube side.
Yeah.
They're a little bit more strict on the way I post. So I kind of been kind of IG TikTok with it, but yeah, that's where you could definitely find me at for sure.
No, yeah, like the reason why, like I was like, shout out the page is because, like, I mean, look. for the people that are watching this, I want to go see the type of mods you got. You got all sorts of stuff, dude. Like, but what I'm saying is, you got quality stuff there, and like it surprises me, man. Like you haven't taken off yet, and like I know you will because you if you produce quality shit and quality shit, it becomes good shit. Like so.
Yeah,
It's only a matter of time. Hey, for everybody watching this, remember, bro, Craig Kenyon, he got next, bro.
appreciate it.
Like,
Appreciate it, bro.
Stacy
Appreciate
got next, bro. Like I said, bro, it's only a matter of time. Shit, it might even happen tomorrow. You never know. So just,
Never know.
just keep doing
That's what I
it.
love about the social media scene, bro. It's like you literally are one moment from your big break on there, and then that just opened the floodgates. And then when you talk about monetization and people putting money in your pocket, it's really just about who's paying attention to you to make us fund, you know, Gatorade or whatever like you got going
Hey,
on. So it's
speaking
like
about that, shout out Coco Farm, man. This that good drink. This
it's
that pineapple flavor. Like, like like I'm out here trying to be slick, like, but like, like I was looking for the opportunity to say that shit. But no, like, bro, have you tried this shit before, Coco
no,
Farm?
I haven't, bro.
Bro, you
I've
gotta
I've
get
never
this
heard of
shit,
it,
dude.
bro.
Like, there's Gatorade and stuff, and I'm not trying to bash on other companies, but bro, this stuff got, the electrolytes. It got all sorts of stuff. It's like it's like a coconut type of drink, right? Do you like coconut?
Mm. Don't, bro. I
You
don't.
don't?
I
Oh,
don't.
I'm
I
appealing to the
don't.
wrong audience. But for the people that like coconut, you know.
My peoples do though. My peoples do. So
Okay,
you.
your peoples do, your peoples do. All right, listen. So, this probably, appeals more to them. Maybe if you change your mind, try to get into coconut.
I'm gonna
But
still try it. I'm gonna still try
yeah,
it for sure.
no, you gotta try this, bro, because like, it come with the electrolytes and me personally, I got the pineapple drink in my hand, but my favorite one is the passion fruit. You like passion fruit?
Yeah, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do.
The passion fruit flavor. Oh my God, bro. Every time I drink that by Coco Five, bro, that mug make me feel like I'm taking sips of heaven, bro. Like I feel like, little angel wings just spawn, on the side, like behind my back, bro, and I just started floating, bro. Like this that good drink.
Oh,
But
you sold me. You sold me. I'm
yeah,
definitely
like
gonna tap in. Yeah, I got to peep. I got to peep. I ain't never heard of it before. I'm
yeah.
gonna check it out for sure.
Hey, but my bad for interrupting you. I was just,
Oh, you good? You
yeah,
good?
you wanted
But
to.
yeah, I was just saying, bro. But yeah, like you were saying, bro, it's just like you one moment, one break away. Like literally, when I got into it, the only thing I told myself was post every day.
Mhm.
Just be consistent. And even in that, like if you go to the first videos on my page, you'll see how the quality scale. And even now in my mind, I'm like still thinking like, okay, how can I make this better? How can I like build on what I'm doing now? All right, I found this formula, this work. People gravitate to this. Okay, what can I do to add to that? What time can I post now to make? So it's like you constantly working and chipping towards being a better version of yourself every day. And like coming from like me, like an athletic background, and I'm sure you can understand that too as
Yeah,
well. Is like that's about too. Like you only gonna be say known for shooting. Never get in the gym and you don't never work on your jump shot, you can't expect that performance to ever scale up. So it's just like I'll approach that
exactly.
the same way, where it's like every day get in the gym. That's how I look at it, like TikTok, like everyday post. Even if you
Put
don't
in
feel
that
like it,
work.
put in the work, yeah, and just see what happens. So like a video like we talked about the Ben Macklemore where it kind of blow up. Hey, I'm just as surprised as you, but it's like
Hey,
I
I'm not
felt good
surprised.
about
I
it.
told you it was gonna happen, bro. I wasn't
Yeah, you
surprised.
did.
I
You
knew
caught it,
that shit was
bro.
gonna happen, bro. And look,
'Cause-
don't be surprised if that shit even get even more views and likes, bro. It's not done yet. Don't be surprised, man.
Yeah. I just been keeping an eye on it, still trying to engage with people in the comments and stuff. But yeah, I'll be checking it like every other hour. I'm like, yo, this is crazy, but yeah, man. Hopefully get some more coming down the pipeline for sure.
Shit, what was the first 2K you really got attached to?
Man, the first 2K is crazy because it's probably about like 20 years ago. I remember 2K6. I think Shaq was on the cover, and my friend, we used to be outside hooping. He had a court. other kids in the neighborhood. We used to play on it. I just remember, man, just chopping the wood open. He's like, bro, everybody be talking about NBA Live, but bro, 2K, man, I'm telling you, bro, it's way better, way better. I'm like, bro, there ain't no way. Like, it's like back in the like early 2000, 2006. I'm like, bro, there's nothing better than NBA Live. So he's
Right.
so adamant about it. He let me borrow the game. So I take it back home. He had to come. It was like a week. He had to come knock on the door to come find me because that's how much I was just tapped into it. And it's like crazy because I remember me now telling people like, bro, I play 2K and I don't know, it might live might be in trouble. So and then just to watch that from like live becoming a standard, and now it ain't even the standard, is like they truly just got a monopoly on the basketball gaming world is really crazy. But yeah, it started with 2K6 for sure. That was
Shit.
my first experience.
The nostalgia just kicked in while you was telling that story, huh? You just I seen it in your face, bro. You was locked in. You
No,
in
for
flow
sure.
state telling that story, bro. Like, but no, well, it leads me to this though. Like, when did you realize, you could first, like, when did you first realize that you could, actually modify the game on the PC? Like, shit, bend the rules. Like, you created the game your damn self. Like, when did you realize that?
Yeah, I say probably like within the last few years because I was kind of already itching to get into like the PC gaming, and not even just for 2K, but other games. I see like mods being added, changing things, new game plus, different modes, but especially with 2K, it's like it's tough, and I can go on a rant on this, but I'm not about to do that. But it's like this the attention to detail that I really care about when it comes to like players that's missing or the lighting that's in the arenas, things like that. Like I really do care about that because I'm a nostalgia. I just get nostalgia baited all the time, so I
You
like
picky
that
with
type of
this
stuff.
thing. Like, that
Yes,
shit gotta be right.
it gotta be right. I care about the socks. I care about the shoes, the accessories. Like I'll go to Google and be like, all right, what was Steph Curry wearing his rookie year? Just to make sure, like when I'm playing the game and I start my league or whatever, I get it matching to a T. So just kind of
Attention to
seeing that the
detail.
past
That's
few
what it was called.
years.
That's the word I was looking for. Attention
Yeah,
to detail.
exactly, bro. So that's what got me like keeping my eye on modding, but I was always on console, so I never could really do more than just make custom rosters and kind of edit players and create a player that ain't in the game. But yeah, just modding on PC and then getting introduced to that and seeing that world open up to me and just really truly like I can't think of one thing I really can't change too much when it comes to the game on PC on modern. So that's kind of probably within the last few years. That's when I seen it, but just within the last year, that's been me being able to like get into it myself and change things myself and get to experience it firsthand.
Yeah, because I know, on the game, on a console like a PS5, PS4, I ain't gonna hold you. Sometimes, when I be playing my league, I low-key kind of be cheating. I be, pressing that little button, upping everybody to 99, messing with the odd zones, the badges and stuff like that. But when it comes to like, editing players, you can only do so much on the console. With the
Yeah.
PC, it allows you, to actually dive into, the stuff and everything and make it how you want it. I mean, for crying out loud, bro. You remember when there used to be memes and stuff with like the 2K players with the long ass arms? I think they're
Yeah,
still
bro.
kicking.
Like making aliens in the creative player for real.
Shit, bro, you had people that was like 8 foot tall in the game. Wembenyama before Wembenyama, man.
Facts. And that's what I thought about when I first seen Wimby. I'm like, bro, he look like a creative player in real life for sure right now, the way he moving. But yeah, bro, just yeah, it's just that limitation that wall you just run into on console that I just got frustrated after a while. Like, bro, like so that's what made me finally be like, man, let me go ahead and dabble with this PC and see what that's like. And I honestly, I love it. I probably won't go back to console if truth be told.
Yeah, what was your first experience, like trying to mod 2K, like, and was it easy to figure out, or were you basically like, just searching through the internet, just trying to, piece everything together, like, you grabbing a puzzle and you just. you know?
Yeah, it's exactly that, bro. Kind of piecing the puzzle together because and it was frustrating because the information was scattered. You kind of get half of the story on somebody's page. I'm on Reddit all of a sudden, and they telling me to go here, and that don't look right. And I don't know if you heard of a site called Operation Sports, and I'm just looking around. I'm like, man, it's really not anywhere. But then that gave me that like aha moment and that light bulb moment where I'm like, you know what? I'm struggling to find the information on how to do this. I found it, I put it together, and I figured it out, and I went through some trial and error. But I think what would be dope is, take this to the. I'm trying to get into content creation. I'm making content. Let me make content around this. I'm struggling, so let me try to be helpful to people who might be on that same search that I am that wants to mod the 2K, but it's just maybe not as much know-how as to find that information like I was able to. So let me kind of bridge that gap. And
Yeah.
so that's kind of what I've been doing with my page is just showing people like, hey, this is what the mods look like. This is what a modded Tracy look like. This is what different animations look like. This is what the lighting can do in your game. And this is where you go to put it inside your game too as well. So definitely wasn't easy, honestly, when I first started trying to do it, but now I do have the hang of it and I do got some know-how. So that's pretty much what I try to do on my page. I try to bridge that gap. I try to be open with people, let them know, like, hey, you need help, message me. I'm more than happy to help. And I've done that. I've gotten on Discord calls, personally with people or just people in my DMs asking me, like, hey, I seen your video. I'm still a little confused. And just trying to go above and beyond and be helpful, bro, and just try to create a positive community around that space,
Yeah, that
essentially.
love, bro, because you could be, an asshole about it and just gatekeep the shit. That's love for real. Like, they should be doing that for everybody. You try to, share your knowledge like with everybody you know and stuff. I know you mentioned, a lot of the information was scattered and that you were like struggling to find certain things. Can you like I guess go into depth like, what like what some of the specific like things that you struggle to find or whatever when you're trying to like do all that.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So recently, and this has kind of been a newer change, but there's pretty much two lanes. When people ask me like, "Hey, how do you mod?" I always say like, "There's two lanes you got. There's like the free modding lane,
Yeah,
where you kind of like have to find a file and drag it and drop it into your folder and put it in the game to make it show up." And now they have a system that was recently created called Modium, and that's kind of like where paid mods, and those are tend to be the higher quality mods too as well, and a more diverse variety of those mods. And it's easier. You kind of purchase it, then you wait for somebody to add it to your library because you have an account that you created, and they kind of put it in there for you. So it just depends on what people are looking for. That's kind of where I kind of
yeah,
navigate them to, like, you know, of course, trying to mod the whole game that could be kind of pricey. So I'm like, you got this free option that's there for you. But if you want to
right.
kind of get into some real high quality mods and things like that, this is where you go. So as far as the free route, that kind of was out there a little bit, and I kind of figured that out. But the pay mods, that's where I was just completely lost. Like, bro, what is Modium? How do I get it? How do I let stuff show in my library? Like, it was all confusing. So that's kind of where I'm like, all right, let me bridge this gap. Like, where's this information? So come to find out, a lot of those creators are actually from China, and I'm like, that's where the communication is lacking from, is because they're not in the states, So like this, it's really it's a cultural barrier, it's a language barrier. So that's why I'm like, okay, like yeah, I could find a space in that and kind of bridge that gap. So because when I first started like purchasing mods and stuff like that, like I'm like kind of waiting a day because it's like nighttime over there, and it's like
Yeah.
morning for me. So it's just like, but it's very interesting to see, because they're super talented, man. And the reason Modium was essentially created is because a lot of the mods that they were creating, um, they weren't getting paid for them. People will buy them, but now that mod is floating online, so the money they could have made from it, they're not making it anymore because now everybody got access to it because
Right.
it's on one of these websites. So Modium was kind of really created more or less to protect their assets, and so they can be able to monetize and get credit for the mods that they create too as well, which I feel like they deserve because as you see on the page, bro, some really dope mods that's high quality, even beyond what 2K is doing themselves. So I feel like you should be able to put some little money in your pocket for doing that. So I ain't mad at them for that.
It's like, when something gets leaked that somebody, put in like hard work into like
Yeah,
creating it. Like it's like, damn, bro. Like
yeah,
that,
yeah.
that's
That's
that's like,
terrible.
essentially, I guess, that really falls under the definition of stealing. You just taking somebody work
Yeah,
and you're not giving credit for them. I mean, shoot, one thing is, I guess you're not even giving them the opportunity for them to be like, hey, you like, you know what, you could, just go ahead and use it. Now you just not even giving them the option. You just, you know,
yeah, exactly,
but
exactly. And I think that sucks too. Like I said, with that language barrier and everything there too, just like they really don't, because the even the sites they're allowed to go on is a little bit more strenuous than the kind of the free and flexibility that we got over here. So
yeah.
I feel like they can't even really just make a video real quick, like, "Hey, what y'all doing with my stuff?"
Mhm.
So it's like I get why Modio was created, man, and in the creators they got their own Discord, super friendly, super dope people. So they kind of building their own community based off of that too as well. So that's why I always try to show them love. I shout out the
Yeah.
creators, or I try to. Sometimes I forget I'm just getting into talking about the mob, but I always try to shout out people in their work, man, because I think they are doing a lot of talented stuff. And that's why I don't be letting up on 2K when I be at their head, because I'm like, listen, man, the stuff we complaining about, it's people that's doing it. So now it's like, we know it ain't just talking no more. It's like now we know it can be done. So either y'all gonna do it or y'all gonna keep just threading the line, being mediocre.
Speaking about making videos, what made you decide to, start actually making videos about what you do and all that?
Yeah, bruh. I just feel like, man, I feel like I always been empathetic at nature, man. Always kind of thinking about other people, how they feel about anything. So, if I go through something which was struggling and trying to figure out how to mod the game, I'm thinking about somebody else's experience with that same thing too, as well. So that's why I was like, I'm already dabbling a little bit with trying to get my feet wet into this content creation space. I struggled figuring this thing out, and I think it's super dope, and a lot of people in this same boat kind of being frustrated with 2K with some of the attention to detail that we talked about. You know what? Let me make videos. Let me show people how to do this. Let me show people that they don't got to settle for the base game and you can actually tweak it a little bit and make it, not 100% fix it to your desire, but you definitely can take it to a scale far beyond what you get out that package from by default. So that's kind of where the video creation came from, just kind of trying to be helpful. Like I said, I feel like I'm a good communicator to an extent. So I'm like, yeah, let me try to, help out, tell people how to do this. Because if you go to pages, even if you go to Modion's website, it's not going to really break it down for you. So I'm like, all right, let me try to put something out there and get people familiar with this process and then kind of try to build a bigger community because I feel like the bigger it get, that's the more attention that's going to get to it. And then eventually 2K going to have to answer for like, hey, we
Right.
see this mod community that's crazy and they really doing a lot of amazing things with your game. Like, why aren't y'all, meeting them at that? So
Yeah.
yeah, so I feel like that'll be dope to see eventually in the future.
Were you expecting people to like, I guess you could say, care when you first started, like, pay attention to like what you were doing, or like what were your expectations?
As much as I want to lie and say I didn't care if they did, I did. When you try to make content,
Yeah.
you want people to pay attention. You want to
Yeah.
see those views. You want to see those likes. You want to try to get monetized. So I
So
ain't even
you
gonna
had
say
those
like I.
expectations then, like you're like, okay, I like people, they gonna see this, they gonna tap in. You had those expectations because you were trying to like, I guess, manifest it, like, speak it into existence essentially.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's like I don't want to put it out there and be down. Like this video ain't gonna do nothing. It's like what you
Right.
gonna do the process for? Like
Like, why
be
we even
be
making this?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like be hopeful, have faith in yourself. Like who knows? Like you might not get Tyson that level big, but you can get somewhere to like, even if I feel like even if you get $100 a month off of posting content, that's success to me. Like, being able to post, being able to create a community, being I love when I see people in the comments, feedback back and forth. Like I love that. Like so I love just even 10 likes, 10 views, like all of that matters to me. So I do care and I do think it's dope no matter if it's like a small scale or a big scale. And when you know the work you're putting in the background, recording it, staying late up at night or trying to jot down ideas to do something and you start seeing your page scale. When I first started, I had like 80 followers. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like my first video was like 15, and now we was talking about a video they got like 25,000 views now. Like so, it's just like just keeping it going and just keep trying to post and just keeping at it. And like I said, when I first started, the only thing I told myself it really wasn't about views or likes. It was like just be consistent, post every day. And so when people do like your video, people do go to your content if they click on your page, if they happen to click on it, they're gonna see what you about. If you click on my
Right.
page and see I barely post, it's like, oh, now that's just a one off. He ain't really.
Yeah.
But if you go to my page and you see I got hundreds of videos, I'm posting every day. I got similar content or a variety of different content. That to me, in my mind at least, would be like, okay, I'm more likely to follow now because I know what he about and I know it's gonna keep coming. So
Yeah. And it also shows
subscribe.
authenticity too. Like,
Yeah.
but what was I gonna say? What's the most common thing, people ask you when they're trying to mod 2K, and what's something about, 2K modding that you think most regular players don't even know exist?
That's a good question. I think a lot of questions I get is about honestly just about the process when you get to like and that's the thing I always tell people about PC like PC might not be for everybody. You want to just sit down, play the game, turn it on. Console is the way to go for sure, but if you like me and you want to have that creative control and be able to manipulate things to your desire, that's where PC excels at. And sometimes it can be a little confusing, especially in the beginning. I see too like younger people like low key be like kids to me at least, but I can tell they're like teenagers and they just like try to figure out like, all right, you go to this folder, my folder don't look like yours. So that's kind of like the questions I get is like, how do you get that? Or honestly, it's like, where are you getting that from? So and then what I love is that I already got the content around it. So I'm like, hey, I got a video pinned to my page. And if that don't make sense, just tap back in with me. I could go into it a little bit further.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much the kind of questions I get. Is just kind of like how and where do things kind of go, and it's a lot easier than I feel like people think. So once I do show them, it's like the aha moment. Because for the most part, once I really sit down with you and show you that one time, you really said like
Yeah.
that's how you apply them all. So you kind of take off from there.
Yeah. I want to talk about Cyberface. So for someone who's never touched a PC mod, what exactly is that? What is Cyberface?
So essentially, think about it like a candy wrapper. It's not the candy itself, but it's like kind of what you put around it. So people basically what people are creating is like kind of like a skin that goes on top of something else, and then it just takes over that look. So pretty much what is really happening is,
So like
in two
like this, basically.
exactly. So if I wanted to do a player that's not in the game, like Ben McElmore, for example,
Yeah.
um, essentially what I'm doing is taking an ID for something or somebody that's in the game, and what PC gives you access to is pretty much everybody has like a number ID. So whether it's a coach, whether it's a player that's just hidden in the files that's not being used, they got skins for celebrities like Mark Phillips and J.
Yeah.
Cole, and so it's like I could take their ID, I could use the cyberface I created, put it over that ID, and then when you go and download it into your game, I give you like a roster or a DNA for you to go search for. And when you pull it
Yeah.
up, you just see that player. But if you upload the game and look at it without your mob being loaded, you would see like, oh, that's Mike D'Antoni. That ain't really like, so you know what I'm saying? So that's how people get around putting players and things in the game that's not really in there by default. It's pretty much like a wrapping that
Mm.
you're putting over something.
Yeah. When you're showing a Cyberface, what are you personally looking for, like that makes you say, like, yeah, this one fire?
Man, honestly, it's like, can I Google it and look at a pic? And then
Mm,
how real is that pic to what I'm seeing? And that's kind of been my thing with 2K. Like as of late, it's kind of like this cartoony little glossy player that like it's like
yeah,
when you just play the game by default, it's hard to kind of tell sometimes. But like even with D Rose, they showing clips of like 2K27 and Derrick Rose. And I'm like, bro, my Cyberface I got a Derrick Rose for 2K26 right now look way better. And I just feel like because the nature of how you create a Cyberface is pretty much taking a photo and kind of wrapping it around and kind of editing it a little bit. And my knowledge is a little bit skewed because I don't really make it myself, but I've kind of dabbled and looked a little bit into the process. But that's how to get it to look so good is because they're making it like photorealistic and kind of I don't know if you have the term like photoreal textures and like video games where
yeah,
you look at a brick house and the bricks actually look like real bricks in real life. It's kind of the same kind of concept where I could take a picture of something and digitize it and put it in the game. And they're doing that with the players' faces. So that's what I look for. And that's what I want people to see is like, you can make Shea look like Shea. You can make Luca really look like Luca, Braun look like Braun. And like, you won't get it until you look at the default 2K compared to that Cyberface, and then once you see them next to each other, you can be like, "Oh yeah, yeah, that's a big difference right there." So
yeah.
that's what I kind of like showing off.
You're like, oh shit, like, but real quick before we end this, I want to ask you something. It's like a little two-part question.
Yeah,
What's the craziest mod that you've come across, and what's your favorite mod that you showcased?
craziest mod. I guess like craziest mod to me is like kind of those mods that ain't got nothing to do with basketball. Like I said, it'd be like a Broly mod from Dragon Ball Z or son, or like Spider Man. Like I'm like, bro, like it's like me. I wouldn't put that in the game, but just seeing people do that to me is kind of funny and goofy. But I think those kind of be crazy. I think for me personally, the dopest mod I probably come across is like the animation mods because I feel like those kind of really transform the game and change it. And I gotta shout out Z Fang. And it's another mod creator called JC, and he do like it's called JC Animations, and he has like 60 different animations, but they're what transforms it to make the players look and move like one to one to their real life counterpart. And so those are the mods that like, of course, the cyber faces is cool. It's like, okay, that really looked like bro. But with the JC animations and like Z Fang too, where it kind of does the same thing and tweaks the game speed, game engines, and polishes the animations, I feel like that has really transformed the game. Where it's like that's why I'm like, bro, if 2K27 don't show me nothing, it's like I'm not about to buy that because I'm like, what these mods have done to the game right here, and the way they've like enhanced it and just scaled it up is like I can't even ask for more than that. Like, so those are my favorite, like the animation mods, like those by far have been my favorite mods to kind of mess around with because they definitely make a big difference.
Yeah, no. So I really, appreciate, you taking the time, to chop it up with me, go into depth about what you do, bro. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. You inspire me to, maybe once I get my PC, start, playing around with this shit, try to, maybe I might try to put a Pikachu or some dude from freaking the
It can be
Bulldogs
done.
in the head. Like,
Trust me, bro. The possibilities is endless, man. I'm telling you, the only limitation is your creativity when it comes to the modern, bro. But
yeah,
yeah, man, happy to be here. I appreciate you, tapping me on the shoulder, even sit down with you, man. I know we on a different parts of the world right
yeah.
now in a different time, but bro, it's like I said, bro, it's been a pleasure for sure. Love the channel. Love how you growing and your dedication and how serious you take your craft too as well. So definitely want to give you kudos on that for sure.
That mean a lot, man. I don't hear that every day. I don't. If I'm being honest, somebody showing love and appreciation to my pod. That mean a lot, man. And like you
Yes,
were
sir.
saying, we in two different places, right? Two different time zones, but we here at the same time. So
Yep, exactly.
you figured it out, right? But hey, I
Exactly.
appreciate you, Craig. And for everybody watching this, don't just hit the sub button for me. Go tap in with my boy Craig. I appreciate
Tap
you,
in, tap
for
in,
coming
tap
in on
in.
the sit down studio. You feel me? Have a
Yes,
blessed
sir.
night, everybody. And you
All
too,
right,
man. Thank
I
you for staying
appreciate
up,
you,
by the way.
bro. Oh yeah, you already know, bro.
Yeah, because I know
Anytime,
it's
man.
late as hell over there. My boy up at shit, damn near 3 in the morning.
Yeah, I'm about to croak for sure. I'm not gonna
Hey,
lie.
hey, shit, bro. As soon as this camera cut, my boy finna
Yeah, yeah.
he
I'm
finna
out.
fall
I swear.
asleep real quick.
I'm out of here.